And this evening after work, I'm going to do a little project. So I picked up 3 N-scale Quonset huts. So real small, the other 2 are even smaller than this. I'm going to put this up in the town of Alta, just as like a, I don't know, machinery shop or something like that. What you'll notice though is, this was done off a 3D printer. Really nice. The gentleman I bought it from did a really good job on these. Got it off eBay. But just the overall piece of it, the lines are going the wrong direction. On Quonset huts, you would see the material going this way, where you can just see the manufacturer lines of how this was printed. The lines run opposite. So what I did is I took some old pieces of roofing that I had off of an old N-scale kit that's got the ribs in it, and it was kind of hard to see with the reflection. I laid the Quonset hut over the material, sort of like so, and then cut it out. Cut out another piece here. Laid it down again to get the length of it figured out so that I cut it, and I think I've got enough pieces cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the heavy-duty contact cement that I've been using for trees, lightly brush it on the building and apply this and see what I get. So this is going to be an experiment. If this works out well, I'm going to do the other 2 Quonset huts that are over by my industries near the roundhouse. So let's see what happens. All right, so getting started on this, and it's actually not too bad. I'm needing to take a little bit longer than I thought, just to let the contact cement set a little bit to get tacky so that it grabs the foil. But once it holds it, it keeps it in position here. So I've got to go on the top. But, this is going to turn out pretty good, I think, here. The doorway I've already got pre-etched. I just wanted to keep it in place until the walls set so that I didn't have to fiddle with that a little bit. What I'll do is on the sides, once it is really dry and set, I will take like a screwdriver, just the shaft of it, and burnish it just a little bit to kind of make it not such a sharp edge. And then I can weather it. So I'm going to finish putting the rest of the roofing on and see what I end up with. Well, actually it turned out pretty good. So what I'm going to do is just let the contact cement dry. And then I'll come back in, open up the doors, burnish the edges, and probably the first thing I'll do is give it a shot of dull coat because it is way too shiny. And then I'll start to weather it a little bit. I'll put some grays and some blacks, some washes on it just to make it look like it's been around for a while. But that roofing material really makes it look like a Quonset hut. So pleased with how it turned out. It probably won't do anything else on this one until tomorrow. So probably one more video segment showing this before I do some other things. All right, got it mostly done. Gave it a shot of dull coat, opened up the main door. Still going to let everything dry overnight, then come back, burnish the ends, and then weather it. But finished product, you can see how it looks. You got to get close to get some details, but not too bad. And then here's another one from the 3D printing. I've got enough material, I'll do this one. But you can see the difference. Here's how the original looked, just a little bit smaller. And then finished product. I got a nice little Quonset hut that can be a farm supply store, storage shed, workshop. Not sure what I'm going to put into it, but I will find something. And then that end, I just kind of press down a little bit. The glue is still tacky. So there we go. And there is the finished product. So it's lightly weathered with chalks. Kind of brings out some of the highlights, make it look like it's been used. a nice little N-scale Quonset hut from a 3D printed kit. It's going to look good right in there. Again, not sure exactly what it's going to be, but it's going to fit there. So I'm a happy camper. Easy little project with good results. Now I'm going to do the next one. Got enough material to finish the smaller one, and I'll get that put over into the parking lot. Well, here is how two of the Quonset huts look. Here's the one that I did the other day. So I've kind of burnished the edge over a little bit. It's weathered, open on both ends. Here's the one that I did yesterday into today. Got it finished. I decided to leave that piece over the back end to make it look like it's a door. Could be like on a track, that slides. At end scale, it doesn't really need to do anything. Bringing it around, that side's open. This is going to go down by the factory area and sit in there. This one I still have to do. So you can see how it went from 3D printed structure, which again looks really nice, to real looking Quonset huts with overlay detail. They look like they've been around a while. This is going to look like those once I get more material to do the roof. I've got bits and pieces left that I had scavenged, like I said, from an old kit. I don't have enough to do this. I've got enough to do pieces of this, but not enough to do like the full roof, like what I need. But I will get it done, I'm just not sure when. In the meantime, these two will be on the layout and put to use. Hey, and one final segment for this video before I run some trains. This week, I actually started to travel for work again. Ended up going down to North Carolina for a couple of days to visit a building. What I like to do when I travel is at least once, when possible, visit local hobby shops. I always like to visit local hobby shops and support them instead of getting all of my stuff online whenever possible. And visited a hobby shop during a lunch break this past week down in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's called Nick's Trains, Inc. I'll put a link to their website in this video in the comments. They've got a lot of really, really good material in this hobby shop. So if you're ever down that way, definitely take some time and stop in. They've got a good selection of Z through O scale. I walked in and I was floored when I seen the N scale, because they had a super selection of N-scale code 55. And for a long time, code 55 has been extremely hard to get. They've got it all, and it's right there in the shop, right where you can get access to it. So a lot of good stuff. Wide variety, wide selection, both new and used. So just a quick shout out to Nick's Trains, Inc., Raleigh, North Carolina. If you're down that way, help support them. We want to keep the brick and mortar shops alive just as much as some of the really good online dealers. Thanks.